Hey, what is up, everybody? I am back. It's none to me. Back again with another, once again with another stream. And actually, hold on, I need to check something because my TTS is not loading the, it's not loading the chat right for some reason. And I'm seeing Blue Penguin Studios over here. Hello, it's good to see you. Hi to you too. Let me see here. So I think it's just connected to the wrong. Let's see here. I think it's just connected to the wrong email or Gmail account. Hold on, there we go. Let me throw something up in the chat. I want to test to make sure that this is working.
Not a newbie streams. Said in the chat. Test.
Okay, cool. That's working. All right. What is up, everybody? We're back, and if you guys are tuned in,
Penguin Studios. Said in the chat. It works.
Good. If you guys are tuned in, you already know what it is. You already know what is about to go down. This is a stream that it's going to be very interesting. A stream that I'm kind of nervous about, to be honest. You know, it's going to be a stream where we are talking about, and this is going to be my final stream where I talk about this too. By the way, I don't want to, I feel like harping on this is a bit much, but this is going to be a stream where I take a look at, with a critical eye, the video that Mr. Pizza did about Daniel Lord. Actually, as I can see here, it's kind of blowing up already. But yeah, this is crazy because I thought that this was just like one thing that happened, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna, just like not allow him. Hold on, let me pause this. I'm just not going to allow him on the server. Explain why I'm not letting him on the server. And part of me wonders if me saying that sort of has made things worse for him, which was not my goal. I think I ended up putting him on blast when my real intention was just to explain why he wasn't going to be on the server anymore. Because I like to be transparent. I don't like being like, oh, I'm just going to arbitrarily do this moderation action and then not like explain why. So that was my goal. But it seems like there's a lot more to the story than what I found. So without further ado, let's get into this, because I'm a little bit short on time. I want to make sure that I have the time to address everything as it comes up. So here we go. Here's the video. Oh, whoa. Whoa. What the heck? What the heck is this?
I never thought a video like this would ever have to be made. I never thought that it would come to this. And this is really sad. It actually pains me to make this video right now. That's right, you've read the title. This video is a big discussion about Daniel Lord. Now, I want to instantly say to the Daniel Lord viewers of this video, please do not just go and attack him.
Yeah,
okay?
That's good.
You're not going to make the situation any better. Now, this video, with this being said, this video is not only for Daniel Lord himself to view, because I really think this needs to happen, because I think this is a video that he needs to see to maybe get more of an idea of who he truly is. This is also a video for his viewers that I think they need to see, because they have no idea what he's like off camera. And I think this video they really need to see.
And that's true. That's one thing that came up when
Daniel Lord,
I was hanging out with him too. It's like everyone was like, "Do you really know what he's actually like?" Because on the face of it, he does come off as just like a nice and likable dude. Although I've never watched any of his videos, but just if you're not ruffling his feathers, if you're not the target of whatever it is that people are saying that he's done to them, he's just a normal dude. It's not like they're crazy red flags or anything.
should know him by now. If you've been on my channel long enough, you kind of know who he is, or you absolutely know who he is. Now,
I know he is kind of.
You might say, well, he's really helped you a lot. He can't be this much of a terrible person, can he? Well,
part of me wonders if that's like a care. That's like a cover. Is like, oh, I'm nice to you, so that you won't think I'm a bad person.
From you guys, because it's a lot worse than you probably think. Now, the first thing that I want to show you guys, this is something that might go over your heads or something. I don't know. But this is something that needs to be addressed first, and that is, I'm going to throw it up on screen right now. That's right, his usage of the N-word. Now, whoo, boy, that's a juicy one. Now, you might be saying to yourself, oh, it's only one time.
That's the juicy one. That reminds me of this classic. If you guys are a member of my family, then you'll know this video. Oh, hey, DJL. Hey, ISM. What's in the chat? I'm finally getting around to the Daniel Lord controversy. So that's fun. The whole, like, him saying, like, the juicy one, like, reminds me of this, like, family meme that we had.
You got a problem right here.
Yeah, I do.
Because you got a lot of faces that are eyeing this plate.
The breading works really good. The chicken's moist. I'm happy.
It's juicy.
Juicy?
This is back when there were only, like, 5 of us kids. Like, anyways. I'm digressing a little bit. Let's get back to it.
Once. He did, and no.
No, let's rewind.
Now, whoo, boy, that's a juicy one. Now, you might be saying to yourself, oh, it's only one time. He did it once. He did, and no. He is... The amount of times he said the N-word is ridiculous. And I mean, I've had my past Discord accounts, you know, I sadly don't have access to them anymore, but if I
also, what's up with all these kids making like 10 Discord accounts? Just like make one and like
you an Instagram.
But it's not even like that because these people over here, they're making all these different accounts, and they, like, the way that they make them is like they make one account and use it primarily, and then make another account and then use that one primarily. I just have like different accounts for different purposes. So it's like, I'm a little bit confused as to why like they make you guys like make so many different accounts. But I mean that's you guys' own personal business. I'm just saying it's a lot, and like we see here, it can get people locked out of like really big and like juicy information, like what happened in this instance.
Oh boy, you would see a barrage.
Well, DJL said his got hacked. Oh, I forgot about that.
Just N-word after N-word after N-word after N-word bomb. And he's not saying this in a joking manner either. The thing I just showed you, oh boy, he literally said that to a black man. And that's bad, because Daniel Lord's white, and he's saying the N-word straight to a black man, and not a joking manner either, and that's bad. Because, I mean, just in a joking manner, the word is terrible, and you shouldn't use it, especially as a white man. If you're white, you should not use the N-word. I think that's wrong, because it is such a...
Although I will say, his excuse... Wait, hold on, I don't know why it goes back like that. I will say that his excuse when in the live stream that I did where I talked about it was he spent a lot of time in Xbox game chats, I think.
I mean, just in a joking manner, the word is terrible, and you shouldn't use it, especially as a white man. If you're white, you should not use the N-word. I think that's wrong, because it is such a harsh racial slur that no one should be using, actually. But Daniel Lord, he knows no boundary limits when it comes to this. And it's pretty pathetic.
That's probably why he didn't apologize, because he refused to apologize.
He doesn't say these things in a joking manner. He means it when he says it. He's not joking around. He's not greeting somebody with it. He knows they were black, too. So he's just dropping the N-word bomb on him. That's not cool, dude. And you might be thinking, oh, the N-word, well, the racial slurs, it can't be that bad. It's
Yeah,
not
Mr.
just
Pizza doesn't
racial
come in
slurs
this
that
stream,
he's
yeah.
used. It's the fact that, again, racial slurs, that's one thing. That's one big problem with him. And another thing, he's just a terrible, insensitive person. And we're going to get into this as well in this video. Now, the N-word usage, it's pretty bad. And this is not the first time, you know, that he's used... Well, this isn't really the first time that we've really seen any, like, racist behavior from him. He's also done another thing that might be racist, might not be racist, but it's very questionable. And it's, like, I'll just show you. I'm just gonna show you, like, right now. Okay, I'll show you through the Discord thing, like, when this happened. So, yes. Okay. So...
Oh, yes, there's this.
This is something here
This
that's
situation.
taking place on Discord. Now, yes, this happened on Not a Newbie server. And, oh boy. Yep, this is not looking good. This is when daniellord was still in the server and wasn't banned. So, Not a Newbie reacted to my Charmix YTP, Charmix's edgy unboxing extravaganza. He then proceeded to make this thumbnail right here.
Okay, present Mr. Pizza using this text-to-speech. I forgot to clarify in the video that Daniel made this thumbnail for this video of mine. Anyway, back to the actual video.
Yes.
Now, this is what... Now, Seated Italian replies... This Seated Italian at this point is Colin. And this is what he responded with. And he asked this, like, why are we including I hate black people in the thumbnail? Like, holy crap, dude. Y'all have no decency. Like,
I will say, from my perspective, when this happened, because I think I reacted to this live in one of the streams, where my reaction to this is basically like, that was the thumbnail, like, from the original video. He just slapped that on there and said, like, super edgy on there. So it wasn't like he, like, decided to, like, go add a bunch of, like, KKK and I hate black people things and, like, make that be a thumbnail for me. He was taking a thumbnail he'd already made. Now, the fact that he made that thumbnail as, like, the other videos, I think I overlooked that at the time. But, yeah. It's not, like, a thing where he was just, like, oh, yeah, like, in this instance, when he made that thumbnail, like, this particular one right here, this happened before. I think that people just noticed it. And he was like, oh, that's not the best. And I kind of wish that people had brought that up when he made the initial thumbnail.
No, like, that is so true. Like, you can take a look at this. Like, here, I'm zooming in on it right here. And I think you could easily see what's wrong with it. Look at this, man, right here. Not a newbie. Great guy. He's a black man. Look what this says right here. If you put 2 and 2 together, you can just see that this is not cool.
Yeah, no, it's
and
not.
daniellord should have known this when he was making this thumbnail. He should have known that, like, holy crap, he didn't put 2 and 2 together on this. And you might be thinking, oh, he didn't know what he was doing. Like, bullshit. He knows exactly what he's doing.
But also, just like, I think he should not have gotten away with making the original thumbnail, though. Like, the concept of just, like, I react to a video, slapping the thumbnail and saying super edgy is fine. The initial one is a problem. It's more of a problem, I think,
in these situations.
than putting it next to me.
And again, I'm trying not to rage, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like ISM said, the fact that he made that as a thumbnail in the first place is problematic. And I'm going to be talking a little bit over the video because I don't have tons of time.
Racist in a way. And again, look at this. And this is daniellord's response. Because people recognize the thumbnail more, and so this would catch your eye. If you are seeing the original video thumbnail, this is what he's trying to say. And then Colin replies with this: Danny, not a newbie, is black. Can't you see what's wrong with that? And
Yes.
daniellord specifically said no. Are you kidding? He doesn't see what's wrong with that. Are you stupid or something? Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Can't see what's wrong with that? It's like right there. Put 2 and 2 together and you would see. This just goes to show how insensitive he really is. He doesn't care at all about what people are trying to what people think of him. And we're trying to get this point across to him, but nope, he doesn't care. Oh, but you thought that was bad? Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh boy, does it get worse. Not only does it get worse in terms of showing how insensitive he is, but it also goes in to show stuff like, you know, look, dude, and just how he treats his friends in general. Okay, we're getting back into this. Sorry, I was interrupted by a call. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna show more stuff of just how, like, insensitive
Also, to make
he
sure,
is, and just...
because I do have work later on, I want to make sure I have time to eat before work. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. If you guys want to watch it in normal speed, you want to watch this in normal speed, just go watch the original video. I think the link is in the Discord. I'll throw it into the Discord when I finish this stream. It says, I like how we laugh at this now. Like, at first you were angry, he did all this, now we laugh like, wow, we're an idiot. Yeah, if someone's like really, really dumb, even if what they're doing is bad, it's really, really easy to be like, that person's like behaving like so stupidly, like they should know better. There's a certain level of stupidity in behavior where it's hard not to laugh, and I think that's sort of what we've hit here.
Kind of how much, just showing how, like, he's a complete jerk to just his friends.
See, I watched at 1.25 speed when I saw it first. DJ says I have something
I don't
weird
know
to
if
say.
you can really
Oh boy.
consider him a friend anymore, but you know. I'll show even more stuff that's going on, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna throw up the next thing on screen right now. Yep, that's right. This is what he just said to me. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's really nice to just call your friends retards, isn't it? Yeah. That's totally what a friend would say to another friend, right?
Yeah.
No. Again, just being insensitive, just being a complete jerk to his friends.
You also don't feel like you need to take time out of eating or any basic functions just for it. Oh yeah, no, it's fine. I really, really, really want to make sure that I get through this video, and I am going to end up eating. If I don't eat before work, I'll just eat afterwards, so it's fine. Like, don't worry about that.
And he's like this to me all the time too. This is.
Oh yeah, by the way, and this is the big thing. I had to deal with this when I was like hanging out with my brother's friends on campus. It's like, if you have to be able to understand that just because people say they're your friend or act like your friend doesn't mean that they're your friends and that they're good for you. If someone is mistreating you, treating you badly, like acting like you're dumb, always putting you down, that person is not, in fact, your friend. That person is not good for you. You should not continue to hang out with them. But I think some people think if you behave in a friend-like way, in a friendly way, or if you, I don't know, if somebody says that you're their friend, you can't like reject that and be like, no, you're not my friend. Even though on the surface they pretend to be like cool and good people, even though they're actually not. There's some discernment that needs to take place where it's like, you know what? Not everyone who pretends to be my friend can actually be my friend. Not everyone who says they're my friend actually is my friend. I think that's a bit of maturity to take place there. I think that people who have like interacted with Daniel Lord and then have gotten mistreated are learning this right now.
The first time. He's like this every time, and it's ridiculous. It really, really is. Oh, but we get more. We're delving deep more into this. Alright, the next thing I just thrown up on screen. Again, yeah, let's just tell your friends to fuck off, but for no reason, really, huh? Yeah, yeah, another, great friend right there, guys.
One thing is I would like to have seen the context of a lot of this. A lot of these quotes, some of these quotes are just indefensible, but some of these quotes like that last one, it would have been nice to know the context.
With him so long. Then again, I guess it's just because I'm usually a nice person, and I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I've tried giving him so many chances to like change, right? But I don't know what it is with him. But
yes, there's a let me see. I know I keep getting distracted because there's so many threads that I see in this video that are connecting to other things. Jordan Peterson had a video. I know he posted on Instagram. I don't know if he posted this on his YouTube, where it was very, very much kind of talking about like nice people. Hold on, let me see. Where is it? Did he cover this? Okay. No, I guess not. But essentially, the more agreeable you are, the easier it is to really be walked all over.
It doesn't end here. There's so much more I have to show. Here's something else right here. All right, there. Another thing. Let's just call me a... Okay. Seriously, dude? This is how you treat your friends. This is how he treats his friends, apparently. Like, dude, why? Do you know no boundaries? Like, my God. But trust me, again, there's
Also,
more.
good editing
and
on
what
this
I've
video,
showed you,
though.
I've shown his racist behavior. I've shown some insensitivity. I've shown how he treats his friends off camera. Oh, but there's more. Lots of this is just him being a complete insensitive douchebag about things. Oh, we got more. We got more. You thought it was over? Oh, no, it's not. There's more to
Dang,
go
if this
over.
whole
Okay,
video
what I'm
of
gonna show
him
up now is
covering
a
every single bad thing Daniel
brief
Lord's done,
conversation
that's
of him in my DMs.
insane.
So, again, here's the thing. This is alright. So I kind of said you're lucky Colin is still going to post his reaction to Loud Dog. If you don't know, Loud Dog is a recent YTP that Daniel Lord released, and despite how much of an asshole he's been, you know, I mean, despite that, like, Colin still posted his reaction to Loud Dog, which he was extremely lucky for. And his response, "You knew you were gonna make this shitty ass drama in my head." Like, yeah, here's the thing. You need to feel guilty for what you've done. And my response is, shouldn't have said the N-word all those times now, should you? And now he's just like, oh my god. Like, dude, there's nothing you can do to escape the fact of your N-word usage and everything else. There's nothing you can do to escape the fact that this is what you did. And it's pathetic. It's so pathetic. Okay, guys, so this is another thing that I actually forgot to mention earlier on, and this is the fact that Not a Newbie Streams actually briefly discussed a situation on, you know, one of his streams about the Daniel Lord situation, which I'm about to play for you. Now, this clip it's a bit long. I think the clip goes on for maybe around 5 or so minutes, or maybe more.
Not bad.
But I feel like this clip is...
By the way, I have a clip of my entire everything I said in that whole situation, and it runs about like 30 or 40 minutes long. I plan on posting that to my new clips channel. I just have to get the clips channel verified so I can post longer videos.
Is very necessary, and it's very important to the whole Daniel Lord issue, and I want to play Not a Newbie's clip for you guys. Okay, also, before we get into the Not a Newbie clip of everything, the clip with Not a Newbie also does include his reaction to Daniel Lord's half-assed apology for his racial slur use and stuff. And I say half-assed apology because it really is, because there was no effort put into this whatsoever. This apology could easily rank as worse than Logan Paul's suicide forest.
Oh boy. I like how Mr. Pizza filmed this in the morning and night. Yeah.
It really does. It really does if you think about it. Like, no, he only apologized. And the thing is, like, he only apologized when he knew he was getting exposed. And it's just like, dude, he did that right before he got exposed because he knew he was getting exposed, so he quickly whipped up an apology thing, thinking that, oh, yeah, you know, it's all good. It's just like, dude, you'll see the apology in the clip. It's just ridiculous. So anyway, let's play the Not a Newbie clip, shall we?
Okay, so there's a bit of a controversy because there's a guy who was in my Discord, in the Discord community, in like the bread gang. He's Daniel Lord. I don't know if he's still friends with them, but he hopped on the Discord at the same time as a bunch of people who hopped on, a bunch of people who are in the chat right now. ISM, that's a Icky Sticky Microorganism, Mr. Pizza, DJ LL, some other people. I know, what is it? Blue Penguin Studios is one of them too. So he like hopped on the Discord around the same time as them, and everything seemed fine. Like
This is really well edited. I like this. This is
a couple
nice.
things came to light. Firstly, apparently Daniel Lord had used the N-word a lot in other Discords, which I thought was interesting. He hadn't used it in my Discord, but you know, people had said that it was like a big problem, and they sent some screenshots and stuff. And you know, see, I wish that I'd gathered all of the stuff I had before. I know there was at least one screenshot. Actually, hold on, let me check and see this. DJ actually might have sent me a Discord. No, she only sent me the ones about being scared of sleeping. I know there was at least one screenshot that got sent. So if you guys see this Discord, and I was getting messages like this all the time, and it was so weird because Daniel Lord seemed like a fine person to me. Like I didn't have any trouble with him. But then like I got messages from DJ LL. I got messages from him, and basically they were all amounting to, please kick Daniel Lord from the bread gang. And everyone's like, oh, you don't know what person he is. You don't know what kind of dude this guy is. You don't know what kind of antics he's been up to. I don't know, man. I don't know him. So,
Keeping the cough in the clip.
I was just like, I don't know. I mean, you guys have sent me evidence that he's like a bad person for me to kick him or whatever. As you guys see in the DMs here, I said, well, what did he do? I said, well, maybe don't kick him, but there's some things about him I think you should know. Daniel Lord uses racial slurs and not in a joking manner. The DJ LL's server, he was arguing with a black person who straight up used the N-word as an insult to get his way. It's worse that it was on Lily's server, but there's a few there too. And that's the thing I'll get on to later. He once told Lily to kill herself when she was having an episode, and it was hard to talk her out of it because Danny told her to do it. Sure, some of his YTVs are funny. True. Very true. But Lily and I have put up with Danny's S-word for so long. And Mr. Pizza has cut Danny off before for using racial slurs in normal conversation. He defends Danny now. just thought you know since he's in the bread gang. And so I was like, dude, that's terrible. He sent me the receipts. I won't do anything without receipts. And then the example of you know, him using the word right here. It says, bruh. And bruh, he wasn't even joking, and that was used as an insult. It says, yeah, that much is pretty obvious. I feel like if you didn't want people to talk about this sort of thing, then like you shouldn't have done it. It's like,
yeah, exactly. Like there's some people who are like, oh yeah, I did this thing. Like I wish that like I know I did this thing. Please stop talking about it. And I'm like, dude, you don't want people to talk about it. Don't do it.
That front. And
That's
there's
how
more
it works.
messages in between these 2 days because lots of was going on in the Discord. And since I kicked Daniel Lord from the Discord, like not all the messages are going to show up, but basically he was saying like, oh, it's fake. The slur stuff didn't happen. If I remember correctly, maybe correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. But he was like, oh yeah, no, none of the stuff like actually happened. So he had spent a little bit of time being like, yo, none of this stuff had ever happened. But then like people started posting screenshots. And then
Yeah.
he stopped talking. But then he didn't even apologize even at that point. Okay, because if you look on the Discord here, right? So this is the Discord channel which you can join if you click the link in the description. I made a new thing here. Yeah, it's on the 18th. Permaban Daniel Lord for relatively using racial slurs and denying it in the face of proof rather than apologize. And that happened on the 19th. So I think that was probably right after this conversation here is when I decided to kick him. Then we have this here, Daniel Wilson. So I thought I'd have to talk to you instead of asking a person to explain to you the situation. It really did slip out like PewDiePie back in 2018. Didn't mean it's a racist thing. Didn't mean it at all.
Now I will say the PewDiePie thing, that was a one-time deal. Not like in the Daniel Lord situation. So it's a fake comparison. I think at this point he was hoping that we would assume that it only happened once or twice.
Word like a million times around my friend. That's interesting. That's interesting. What friends? That's interesting. So I stayed without thinking, and for DJ Ella, knew you had to figure that situation out. The screenshot was real, and I thought she was joking since Evans Villa, get out of my chat. Heard the word like a million times around my friends, so I say it without thinking. And for her, no, wait, sorry, I'm terrible at reading stuff like this. Okay. I've heard the word like a million times around my friends, so I say it without thinking. And for DJLL, I have no idea how to figure that situation out. The screenshot was real, and I thought she was joking since I didn't know at all about her. But now I know. And after I got explained who she is, then I felt sorry. Didn't mean to do anything, I promise. I don't want anything to escalate the situation any further. And everyone's calling me racist, and I feel angry because I don't want to be known for saying the N-word or that racist guy. Hope you understand what I've said, and hope you have a good day. To which I responded with this here. Like, regardless of how you meant it, I mean, as I'm guessing a white person, you should know that the N-word is a word you should never say, especially outside of a quoting or dictionary context.
Right, because I will say, I think some allowances can be made. Like, if you're quoting someone, I think it's very, very questionable. If you're saying it's very, very questionable, but at least it's like, if you're going to be like, this person said this, and not necessarily use it as a weaponizing way. It's like, oh, I'm going to quote this person because I'm going to try and channel that and like pseudo say like what he is, like what he said, like so that I can use the N-word without using the N-word. If you're just saying like, oh yeah, he said like such and such, like maybe, oh hey Alexness, good to see you in the chat, man. Hopefully I said your name right. If you're saying it like just like mentioning that somebody said the word. Or like in the Papa John situation where he like said he was like, oh yes, saying and then insert N-word is a bad thing and we should not do it. It's not necessarily like, it is still questionable, but it's a lot different. And that's like what I was saying here. I was like, it's not even defensible. You can't be like, oh yeah, well I was just like mentioning the word. I wasn't using it like to weaponize it. No apologies
until I banned you from the server.
No apologies valid here.
I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was hilarious. I also got the indication that
wait, oh Alex, this is Isom's brother. Nice. Welcome.
I also got no.
It's very cool.
I also got no indication that you apologized after using the N-word a month ago. And if that wasn't enough, you also went and told DJ LL to kill herself and was convincing her to do so. And again, got no indication that you apologized for that either. You didn't even apologize for that here. I appreciate you reaching out, but I'm not sure that you're.
ISM is a great YouTuber. He is. ISM said in the chat. It's never. Yeah. ISM said in the chat. I know. By the way, I turned off the TCS. I'm still gonna read your guys' chats. I just turned them off because I want to make sure that you guys can hear what's in the video.
Are not enough to cancel the fact that you high-key played yourself not once but twice in this situation. So that's everything.
Okay, so there you have it. That was not a newbie's little clip about Daniel Lord, right, from one of his streams. Now. We move on to another image that I have for you, and I'm going to throw it up on screen right now. This is right. This is
Oh, I have not seen this one. What does it say? 835. What? Okay, just.
Another brief messaging convo I had with him recently, and we were talking about this YouTuber known as Nick Easy, and he's gaining rapidly, and he said 835 subs in 1 month for Nick, and I'm just like, he's hacking, no doubt. Now let it be known that I'm just joking. Obviously no one hacks on YouTube or in Fortnite, but it's fun to think that they do, and it's just a joke. And this is just him being an insensitive asshole about something and just taking a joke into something literal. Like, bro, this is what he has to say. He's just like, no, you're just jealous. No, it's just like, I'm not jealous. I'm joking around and having a good time. Heaven forbid somebody actually did that. And me too, but at least I'm not accusing people of hack. Like, dude, shut up. Since there is no literal hack in YouTube except subbot, and if you use subbot, then the subs would go away, and the comments are real. So, like, bro, dude, it's a joke. But heaven forbid he knew what a joke is. He clearly doesn't, because yeah,
that's true.
And I'm just like, nah, he's hacking. YouTube hacking too well. No doubt about it. And I'm not jealous. I'm not competing with anyone. And that stands. I'm not jealous about him having success. Yes, what I'm saying is simply just a joke. And I'm not.
But I can understand if like he's like taking it to be literal, like he's like thinking that he's actually saying that he is hacking. I could understand that.
I'm not here on YouTube to compete with people. I just want to have a good time making videos.
And that's a good place to be. It's a really good place to be.
And then he says this. That's not a fucking thing, retard. Again, yeah, let's just call your who you consider to be your friends retarded, all because they're making a joke about something. Yeah, that you see, you kind of see now. This is kind of what you can expect with him. A simple joke, right? And he literally goes off on you, and he'll call you a retard, all because you were joking about something. Again, it just really goes to show, it's really showing its true colors behind stuff, And we got more, guys. We have like 12, well, not 12 more images. We have, okay, I'm trying to think. We have like probably 5-6 more images to go through of just Daniel Lord stuff. And then we also have 2 more clips that both DJLL and ISM have sent in about their experiences with Daniel Lord, and along as I'm going to give more of my experiences with him as well.
And this is nice. So, I like how he got collaboration and got clips and things from people. Like, it's almost like a documentary. Not necessarily a documentary, but he gathered information how one would do in a documentary. Like be like, hey, like, send us footage, like, of everything of the incident. Like, it's really nice that he went through the trouble to make sure that he got as complete information as possible.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more to go into.
And this is insane. This is 20 minutes. Only of all of the bad things Daniel Lord has done.
So we need to move on to the next image.
I feel like this guy's kind of
so this is the next image that I have for you. Now this really just goes to show how self-entitled he is. He thinks he is so self-entitled and sensitive douchebag. And this, I'm showing
self-entitled. Not other entitled. I'm sorry. Self-entitled is just, it's not something I've heard of before. It doesn't really make much sense to me.
So he says this, back, what going on? So this is when we were recording a video together, it was what it is. I'm just like, hey, my friends came over. And he's just like, again, God damn it, those friends. Can you ask him to leave? Or I'm just like, no. And then he's like, for fuck's sake. Like, dude.
I wonder if he was joking, though. But
like,
with the other things, it doesn't sound like he's joking. But with this one thing, I can understand someone thinking he's joking. But this dude is...
Minecraft with a douche like you. Like, no. Like, I have other real IRL friends that I
also, one should note that even if you're making a joke like that, that's a very poor taste joke to make. You don't really, like, joke around being like, oh, yeah, tell your friends to just, like, F off and, like, don't do anything with your actual friends. Like,
I'm going to hang with, no matter what. It doesn't matter, like, if I'm recording, showering, whatever the case may be. If they come over and want me to hang, I'm gonna hang with them, So they want me to play video games?
And that's how I treat my streams, And one thing is, everybody in the Bread Gang is good at just being like, hey, if you're not streaming, okay. If you are streaming, I'm gonna pop in. If you need to work, cut the stream short, that's fine. That's cool. If you have schoolwork you need to do or want to hang out with your girlfriend and don't have the time to stream, that's okay with me. Daniel Lord does not seem like a person who's as understanding or empathetic.
I'm always there because I feel like just hanging out with my IRL friends is way more important than dedicating more time to Daniel Lord.
Exactly.
This shows how self-entitled he is, thinking that everything revolves around him, when in reality it doesn't. He has this thing in his head where it's just like, he wants someone to dedicate their entire time to him. It's just like, dude, give it up. Let people live their life. Not every second of the day revolves around you. But this is just something he can't seem to get through his head, you know? But we got more. Don't worry, folks. We got more images. We got a few more to go through, actually. Okay, now this one I'm throwing up on screen right now. Ooh, boy. Now, I don't agree with this video that he made whatsoever. And this was a video where he reacted to near-death experiences. And considering how we've covered him and showcased just how much of a douchebag and how self-entitled and how insensitive he is about things.
From what I've seen, nothing that he's, except for making a thumbnail, I haven't seen anything that he's done that's bled into the content. It'll be really interesting to see what happened here.
And when he releases a video like this, right, it really makes him look worse than he already is. Like, he's reacting to near-death experiences. Like, seriously? Dude, why that of all things? That's horrible. You're literally reacting to something where people almost die or they could have died, and you're reacting to that for videos. You're trying to use something like near-death...
I don't know. XQC has done a reaction video to, but what did he react to? He reacted to like videos about like not a serial killer, but someone like this man killed his wife and young kid. And it's like a video about that. But I guess it depends on like what type of reaction he does. I don't know what kind of reaction Daniel Lord does. If he does ones where he just like laughs the whole time,
experiences,
I completely understand
popularity. This. Like, dude, that's fucked up. And I mean, sure, it's fucked up for people to even record stuff like this in the first place. But still, reacting to it is another thing. And anybody out there who actually reacts to death experiences, you're fucked up. I don't care who you are. You have something wrong with you if you're
I don't think I agree with that.
You're literally taking something where somebody could have died and you're turning that into views and money. That is terrible. I mean, it's so heartless, you know? And the fact that he would do this...
But you have to treat it with the same gravity. Like, XQC reacted to the video about the serial killer, the guy who killed like his whole family. But the whole time he was like on the edge of his seat, like, oh my goodness, this guy is like super bad and a terrible person. If Daniel Lord is like laughing at near-death experiences, that's insanely whack.
Just stupid. Like, dude, you could have reacted to anything else. Like, you could have reacted to gay porno, and it would have been fine. Sure, your channel might get taken down if you do that, but at least that is, like, more genuine than reacting to something like near-death.
And see, that's what it says. Not like Danny's out of ideas like that. Like, that was the first reaction he ever did. Now, that's insane. Because I have seen a lot of people in the Bread Gang and the Promised Land react to the same videos. And I'm surprised that he didn't, like, follow suit and just react to one of those videos. That's interesting.
Like, at least react to porn or something. Because at least you're not really harming anything. You're not, you know, that's not as extreme as what he reacted to. I like, bro, that's just fucked up. Like, dude, you have serious problems. Like, bro, God. But don't worry. It doesn't end here. We still have more to go through. And we're moving on to this next image here. Okay, now this one that I'm showing you right now, oh my god, this is one of the worst Daniel Lord moments. This is one of the worst things that he's probably ever done. And this happened. So, a little bit of context, right? This is when I still had my Discord server. It doesn't exist anymore for Daniel Lord reasons, shall we say. Now, okay, what happened was this. Lana Del Rey in this situation, if you don't know who that is, Lana Del Rey in this situation is DJLL. This is the username she chose for my Discord server. And Cumlord, this is Daniel Lord's nickname for my server at the time. Basically, what...
Why is it not surprising that was the name you picked?
She was having a conversation with Daniel Lord or somebody else. And she said...
DJLL said, I will react to stuff that's funny, but not darker than a basement or the ceiling fan tapes. Yeah. And I think, like... It depends on the type of, like, reactions you do. Like, DJLL, like, I think if I remember correctly, you do, like, comedic reactions. You laugh to memes and things. And then that just isn't appropriate when you're talking about, like, super dark things.
And she would, you know, oof herself, right? We're just gonna say oof because, you know, I don't know if I can really, like, say something like what the comment says without getting taken down for that. So let's just say she said she would oof herself, right? Then Daniel Lord comes in and says, good. Bro, seriously?
Yeah, even the way I don't like, even with, like, jokes, even if people are joking like that, I don't like escalating the joke or, like, even, like, laughing very much because of how serious of a thing it is. But I know that's just me, and I can be very similar. I mean, I can be very sensitive to those sorts of things. I understand people who are not as sensitive, but you have to understand that people are not going to be as insensitive as you. Like, not, I don't know, insensitive, but people are not always going to take everything as a joke the same way that you are, and that's why I don't like escalating those sorts of things.
That's your reaction.
Like
That's your reply
things.
to somebody who said they would oof themselves.
Even
is good.
and that's just saying that if DJL was joking. In this case, she's being serious. That makes it even worse.
Dude, what is wrong with you? Why would you say something like that? That's horrible. Like, here's the thing. DJL suffers from chronic depression.
Yes,
She
and one thing is
has-
like, what is the benefit? Like, what's the goal or the motive for Daniel Lord doing all these things? I don't understand.
her depression is really bad, you know, and you know, when she says something like this, you know, she in a way really means it. She's not joking about stuff like this. This is something that's out of her control. And when Daniel Lord just comes in and says good to that situation, like, dude, now he told me at the time that, you know, he had no idea that DJLO had really bad depression. And to be
Oh no, she told me about this in the first stream where I saw her. So like, it's insane.
fair, no, he didn't know about this. And what he
Because
said is he thought
because she's very open about this too. It's not like a hidden secret. So
this was a joke. So like, here's the thing. It doesn't matter if somebody's serious when they say that or if they're joking when they say that. Don't reply with good. That is terrible. That shows, that is so, again, I said it before, it's so insensitive. It really is.
and that's why
It's
you
pathetic. It's
can't.
insensitive.
In my opinion, you just can't. At least how I do. Don't escalate jokes like that, even if it is jokes.
That's how you're going to react to a situation like that. You know, as a proper, if you were a good human being, which you clearly aren't, you know, you would instantly try to stick up for your friends and try to help them in the best way that they could. Not just say good, like as in a way, you're essentially just saying that if
And even if you're going along with the joke, be like you're joking, right? And like have that clarification.
she oofed herself right in there, that you wouldn't care. And that's essentially what his reply leads to, that he wouldn't care. And that he clearly doesn't care. And it's obvious, he truly doesn't care. And when I was in the call with him, like shortly after this, at the time, you know, he said that somebody actually, you know, oofed themselves, you know, he would do the same because he doesn't want to, he would hate to be responsible for somebody else doing that to themselves. It's just like, but are you really sure about that? Because with the manner of how you just replied to this, it doesn't seem
that doesn't even make
like
much sense.
you really care. It's just like, dude, like, bro, fucked up, man. It's horrible. He could have done
Mr. Pete says, dang it. This is why we stream on YouTube, so that we have VODs.
anything else. Like
Also, welcome to the stream.
I said, he could have asked if she was okay. Like, even if you don't know how to deal with a situation like this, just ask.
Wait, hold on, go back. Let me
Ask-
see.
Fucked up, man. It's horrible.
What did he
He
say?
could have done anything else. Like I said, he could have asked if she was okay. Like, even if you don't know how to deal with a situation
Yes,
like
because if I remember correctly from the situation, she had to be convinced not to go through with it.
this, just ask.
Really,
are
really
you
terrible
okay?
situation.
You know, try to stick up, try to be there for your friends, not just trying to act like, oh, they're just joking, or just reply with something like that, because it's horrible. And yeah, enough about this. This is probably one of the worst moments that I hate bringing up because I know that it really does bother
And
me.
this is like a whole other thing for me too. I was like, come on, man, you can't do that.
And it really does bother her. And I think in the clip, I haven't really watched her clip of what she sent me for this video, but I think she probably does mention this and goes into detail about it. So yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next clip. This one has gone on way too long, so we're gonna move on to the next one. Okay, here's the next clip. Well, not clip. The next image, shall we say? Now, this image, you're seeing it on screen. I'm looking at it in real time. Okay, so Daniel Lord was saying this. He found this pretty good shit. TBF, whatever.
Mr. Peter said the most powerful video I made. Yes, that's true. That's true. And the fact that you can make a video this long and it's not too much commentary, really. It's just all bad things that Daniel Lord's done. It's insane.
That means.
TBF stands for to be fair.
And Willie said something you know, Daniel, you pervert. And then Daniel replies with this emoji. So apparently the context behind this is that Daniel Lord found some sexual material. Or some sort of sexual video or image or something like that. And
Yep, Alex, I agree with you, man.
And he's, you know, with that emoji reply, he's implying that it's really, really hot. Like, dude, remember, this is like in my server too, and that's even worse. Because here's the thing: when I had my Discord server, I didn't have an NSFW server. I don't do that. I don't promote porn in a server. I don't think, like, the fact that Discord servers for that even exist. Like, why? There's no point. Websites exist, people. You know, you don't need a Discord.
Sorry, I'm repetitive. No, you're fine. I don't see any problem here, actually. I don't know.
Server
This is a
about
good video.
this stuff, you know. And he's posting very graphic material like this. It's just like, dude, do you have no boundaries? Like, dude, he obviously has no boundaries to what he'll put in a Discord server, because apparently in his mind he thought, oh yeah, something graphically sexual. Oh yeah, this is perfect. I can express myself.
It's
with
so
this.
whack.
Dude,
Why does he
you're not
think
making
this
yourself
way?
look good.
Why do you think that
Here's
this
the
sort of
thing.
activity is
And like I
okay?
said, there was no NSFW thing in my server. There wasn't, because I don't promote that stuff in a Discord server. No. I just had a Discord server. I just want people to get along, have
I don't
fun,
think one thing is
and,
like you do have to make sure that when you make a server that you do say no NSFW stuff, or else people are going to throw that in there. So it's just something to
in the
keep in mind.
community. But he has to do this, which is
I'm
bad.
going to speed this
And,
up a little
if
bit
you're gonna
because
post
I am
stuff like this, dude,
I'm cutting it a
go
little bit
into an
closer to time.
18+ Discord server, or a Discord server dedicated to what it was. Go there and post it and experience
It's
it
true.
with other people. Why? Because those servers are for adults. Right?
Also, one thing I will say too, if you're going to share stuff like that, like, which I'm not a fan of that kind of thing, but if you're going to do that, make sure that the other people are going to be on board with it. Like, other people just like would be like, that's gross. Why are you sending me that? And just like, don't send things that like a lot of people are going to find repulsive or inappropriate to them unless you've checked with them and be like, are you okay with me sending stuff like this to you?
Not my server. You're showing, again, now you might be saying, well, how does it show him being
Read Daniel's apology in the comments of the video. It's pathetic.
more
Oh
sensitive?
boy.
Well, put two and two together. You're posting something graphic like that in a Discord server where there's no NSFW server, and you have to keep in mind, my server is not 18+. Well, when it existed, it wasn't 18+. So you're posting stuff where there could be 12-year-olds in a server, and you're posting that. I think that really goes to show how more insensitive he is. Like, it's just like
yes.
a Discord server.
I think
No
insensitive
NSFWs,
is the
no nothing.
perfect way to
Let's throw
describe
some
it.
porn in there. Like, dude, what if there's like 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds in the server? Like, dude, don't you think that's wrong to be showing them that kind of stuff? Or, like, don't you think before you do, Daniel? Like, seriously.
No, I don't think he does.
And, but we got more.
It's so
we actually
bad.
have a couple more
It's
photos
so
to get
bad.
to
Yes,
before we get to
it is
DJ Allen and
bad.
Colin's
Oh,
response
no, you're
videos.
talking about the
Alright, we're moving on to the next clip that I have here. Oh boy, and another one of Daniel Lord just clearly showing that he has no boundaries. This is what he said. He says, I'm back. I'm not going to say that, let's just say, choking the chicken, shall we say, to make it seem less sexual than what he actually said. We're going to say that. So, that's what he said. And DJL's response is, ew. And, yeah, because people don't want to know that, dude. Like, seriously, dude.
Why would you say that? It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come back. I was just like taking a fat poop. It was pretty fat. It was nice and juicy. Splattering here and there. Like, nobody wants to know all this. Don't tell us.
Dude, this isn't my server, too. Again, no pornographic stuff was allowed. I even stated that don't post
2 times speed sounds like I'm literally on cocaine.
this stuff here. And he did anyway.
See, DJ also committing
And then he
Colson.
says this, like, dude,
What's Colson?
no one wants to know that you just got done choking the chicken. No one wants to know about that. Leave those comments to yourself. Again,
Yes.
he's just showing that he has no boundaries to what he's going to discuss. He's the type of person that would take a picture of his poop and send it in a Discord server.
Yeah, that's literally what I
Because
mentioned.
he has no boundaries to what he'll post. And he's just like trying to text, it's nothing. There, I'm just gonna say this all willy-nilly because no one's gonna care. There's some people that are genuinely bothered and disturbed by that.
Yes, exactly.
Like, dude,
you have to
again,
think
you're
about what
saying stuff
other
like this in a
people
server where
might.
there could be 10 or 12-year-olds present. Or
You
even
think about
younger.
others, man.
Like you're saying stuff like this in a server where you don't even know the ages of people, and I think that's pretty bad because again, showing that there's no boundaries whatsoever. And again, that's an issue, dude. Like what the hell? No one wants to know this. But now we move on to the final image of this. Okay, well, actually, it turns out the final clip is something that in Colin's response video he made, and he actually included this. So thank you, Colin. I don't have to include that's one less clip I have to include in a video. Now, before we move on to their clips, this is important. I need to discuss my experiences with him because I've talked about the stuff that he's done.
Wait, what the heck is this? Colson was the extra mate. It was probably the worst. Probably the worst people I ever met. He's a college dropout freeloader now. Wow. Hey, my extra mate, I should say. Oh, that's
But one
interesting.
of my experiences, my personal experiences with Daniel Lord, and when I'm saying this, I'm 100% truthful. This is not a joke. This is 100% truthful. And here it is. Okay, I've had this instance. It hasn't happened multiple times, right? But this is one of the big things that happened, and oh boy. I remember one time, we played Fortnite for a while before, and once he said, let's play some Fortnite, and you know what? I just said no because I didn't feel like it. I didn't want to play. I said no, I don't want to. And then he went off on me. You talk about this yelling
Oh
at you
no!
because you said
This
no.
dude is insane. What is wrong with this man?
And that's right. It's stupid, but like, yeah, this is him, really. If you say no to him, he'll yell at you. He will bitch at you. He'll yell, bitch, and complain at you. He's gonna say stuff like, you can't say no to me. And that's exactly what he said to me. I straight up told him, like, dude,
What?
I have a right to say no if I don't want to do something.
Yeah.
And he's just like, no, you don't. You have to play Fortnite with me. You can't say no.
You have to. The whole thing sounds pathetic. You have to play Fortnite with me. That's so pathetic.
No. It's just like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, I guess it says I do not know what the definition of no means. Like, no means no, dude. If somebody says no, don't bother him anymore.
Yeah.
And then from that, he keeps getting pissed, more and more pissed, spam messaging me with all kinds of bad slurs and everything.
There's a piece that says you're pausing on the worst frames of me. Is this frame that bad? Haha.
Spam calling me. It's just like, dude, stop. I didn't want to play, and I was serious
Wait,
about
DJ,
it. And
who's
he had
Paul?
to have his temper tantrum about it. And it's just like, dude.
I don't know who Paul is.
And it's just like, oh, what do they teach you over in Latvia? Because yes, he does live in Latvia.
That...
It's just like, what do they teach you in Latvia? Do they just teach you
He doesn't
that
look...
like, all your friends are slaves and you have to do what you say? Because it really does seem like
Wait, what did he say? What?
And it's just like, oh, what do they teach you over in Latvia? Because yes, he does live in Latvia, right? It's just like, what did he teach you in Latvia? Do they just teach you that like all your friends are slaves and they have to do what you say? Because it really does seem like that's how.
What the heck? Hold on, wait, where is Latvia? What? Wait, Mr. Pizza says I look like a crackhead. What? Carla's ex. Bobber was Carla's husband. Oh, okay. Mr. Pizza said, I don't know. Where is this place? In the Baltic region of Northern Europe. Okay, it's European. Okay, then I can understand why that would be something they would teach.
What they teach you in Latvia. It really does. And that's my personal opinion.
Oh yeah, Mr. Pizza.
You know, if there's any Latvians that, other than, you know, racist Danny and stuff that watch my videos, please do say and kind of tell me if I'm right or wrong about this. Now, that was just one experience. Believe you me, I've had more experiences. Here's another experience. It's one of those things where you hop into a call with him, right? He ain't gonna let you leave that easily. It's one of those things where I remember all the time, every day, for weeks, months, I was dedicating anywhere from 4 to 7 hours of my time to play video games with him, or to make videos with him, or to watch him animate or make something. I dedicated, like, that much time to him. And, like, dude, and whenever I wanted to leave, right, you know, it's just like, he got upset about it. It's just like, dude, I spent this much time, you know, talking to you.
Yeah.
Do I need to do more? And it's just like, no, I don't. You know, what's that? We were in a call for 4 hours once, and then I'm just like, dude, I have other stuff I gotta do.
This reminds me a lot of the toxic relationship that I was in. I don't want to get into it, a lot of it right now, because a lot of it is, it's very personal. I don't like going into personal things. And also just like, it was so bad that I don't really like thinking about it. But, yeah, a lot of parallels there. This is very, very unhealthy.
And he gets mad at me. Say, 4 hours? Really? It's just like, dude, 4 hours of my time that I dedicated to you, which I could have used to do many other things that I wanted to do. But no, I was nice. I dedicated that time to him. I could have done so much more with those 4 hours of time.
I forgot to mention one more thing because my brain wasn't working, but Daniel
Use an iPod with the bad frames!
has also blocked me for stupid reasons such as going outside and wanting to hang out with real friends, further proving my point about him being a self-entitled ass.
And wanting to...
Why?
And in terms of like, does he actually say racial slurs during calls? Well, at the time, yes, he did. Every time he got mad, you know, he was saying the N-word every time he got mad, and it's ridiculous because, you know.
What kind of parents does he have too that just like let that fly? We're like these like nice like white parents who are like, haha, oh yes, you hear that person saying the N-word over there in the corner? That's my child. And just like going along with it. Like what in the world?
I guess saying that like that seriously, like bro, just no.
Don't forget to discuss his pathetic apology in the comment afterwards. I got a trailer for you to react to in your in which you're in. I only have time to cover this video and then react to his apology because I do have work after this. I said I don't know what parents teach their children in Latvia. I think we're figuring this out.
But anyway, that was my experiences with Daniel, and I've had more. Actually, all my experiences were literally like how I just described. Now, before we end the video, we're not ending it yet. Believe you me, because
DJ Austin, have fun getting a job, Daniel. I will say, I hope he changes his ways and then like in the future becomes a better person. But I think after like the initial, like at least my video and the fact that like that stuff apparently continued. And also like he didn't make a video apology. He continued to make content as if nothing had happened. And he deleted comments on one of his most recent videos. I'm assuming because people were brigading him and spamming him because he was canceled. I will say this. If Daniel Lord changes, then don't be like, oh, like let's cancel him and make him not have a job anymore. But what are the chances he's actually going to change? I don't know.
Because here's the thing. The next clip I'm about to play for you is a clip that Lily sent. Lily, DJLL reacts. Lily. She has shown
This clearly hasn't
her
changed
experiences
yet.
with DaniellLord, and here's the clip.
So I'm DJL, and this is my side of the story of the DaniellLord part of this expose. So I do have multiple experiences with DaniellLord, and when we started to get to know each other, because when Josh said I hired an editor, and I'm like, oh cool. So he sent me his channel. I went through his videos. I'm like, what's interesting about this? And then we get to know him, and yeah, he was pretty much of a. If you guys know the album Rihanna album, Good Girl Gone Bad, wait until that. We start off like saying hi, how are you, blah blah blah, getting to know each other a little bit. He says something when Mr. P just started making merch. He went along the lines of, I am his slave. I'm like, bro, what? And I instantly changed it to, I am his best friend, editor, whatever he said. And then he,
What?
yeah, I'm like, bro, what? That's not cool, man. That's not cool.
That's so weird.
And then we go on to
And that doesn't make any sense.
the I will KMS screenshot. That was during a time, and I'm still, like, having mental breakdowns to this day, but I try to control them as much as possible.
That's
I
good.
do have a screenshot saying I will KMS and a now deleted server of Mr. Pizza's server because we had gotten into a fight about, like, the N-word controversy. Now that, we will talk about later. We got into a fight, so I still have beef with him this day, but I try not to talk to him as much. And the only time he was the good guy during the situation, and then during my, and then he tries to talk me out of suicide, this and that, blah 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 blah. Like, yeah, like I can try to keep myself calm, just take my medications.
Yeah.
Then he sent me some sexually explicit video of someone, for real, no joke, having the name Joshy on their butt. It was a girl's butt.
Well, let me see. The video still in 2 speed. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that I get through the video before I have to go to work.
A sexually explicit video of someone, for real, no joke, having the name Joshy on their butt. It was a girl's butt. I'm like, bro, what the heck? And he has a screen, and he's like the oh my gosh, that's hot emoji, like the red face emoji.
Dude,
And
homeboy.
And the N-word controversy, here we are. He says, who are you? Go KYS. And hard R N-word. I'm like, oh my gosh. I instantly banned him. I gave him a 7-day ban, like not a 7-day ban, but like all the messages he sent in the past 7 days involving under his name and tag. And then we have exposing him. So we got into a fight about the N-word controversy in another YouTuber's server. Yes. Is like looking at the proof right in front of his eyes, like him saying the actual N-word. And DaniellLord is a white Latvian male. So
I did not know that he was Latvian.
and this came as a shocker.
Before.
And then he tries to come back with him saying, everybody was having a fit about PewDiePie, and now everyone, like the PewDiePie situation, we all know that incident, and he said something along those lines. And
That was
bro,
once.
bro, you're using a PewDiePie situation to your own. Like, bro, that's messed up.
And it's like a one-time thing where it's like it's clear that that he doesn't have a pattern of using that language just like popped up once. This is something that's happening multiple times repeatedly.
Oh my gosh, this is weird. And before this is the end of my part. If you guys are struggling with depression or thinking about ending it, please call this number. You're not alone. I have problems too, man. Come on. I'm here for you. Just please call this number if you need any help.
Okay, so that was DJLL's clip. There you have it. You got a picture from her point of view. Now we're going to end it off here with Colin. This is Colin from ISM. This is his clip, so here you go.
Hey guys, it's me, Colin, also known as ISM for most of
Colin,
you. I feel that
let's
it's
go.
important that I share my experience with DaniellLord, because I know that for everyone else who has talked, I've had experiences with DaniellLord that I know that none of the others have had, and I think that what happened to me says a lot about who Danny is as a person. I would say really my first encounter with Daniel was when he made the first ISM YTP, which was YTP Yabba Dabba Doo. At the time, I didn't really think anything bad of him, because I was impressed with the YTP that he did. I didn't feel like it was too edgy. It felt like it was kind of catered towards my humor too. So I just thought, hey, maybe he's just a cool content creator. When I started to have my doubts about him is when he made a second ISM YTP. And this YTP has been long deleted, thank God. But this was a YTP, he called it the best ISM YTP. Since I was so impressed with Yabba Dabba Doo, I figured that this would also be funny and interesting. And I did record a reaction to it, and I just kind of had to stop because it wasn't funny. It bothered me a lot. There was some humor in there about like shooting a puppy and getting me to say racial slurs. But I think what bothered me most of all is there was a scene where it's almost porn in a way. He like cropped me into porn. And him putting me in sexual situations bothered me a lot. And that's not the only instance of him having these fantasies and making this content about me doing sexual things, and it's awful. It's horrible. He should not be doing this. He made a Minecraft animation, and it was Mr. Pizza versus me ISM. I'm just gonna show you what I said.
Let's see.
I'm not comfortable saying any of this. out loud.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Me, this is
Why
no
is he
less than
bringing
sexual
this
harassment.
up?
That's what it is. He has harassed me in other ways as well. I feel like he was infatuated with me at one point. Throughout my teenage and adulthood,
it's
I
very
had my
clear.
fair share of men liking me. And I guess maybe it's like my feminine appearance and personality. I know the signs of when a guy likes another guy. Like, it's no secret. Danny definitely liked me. He definitely had a crush on me. I was never the first one to text him on Discord, and he got my Discord through Mr. Pizza. He would text me.
Yeah, he did the same thing to me too. Like, he was always like, reaching out to me and messaging me quite a bit, being like, hey man, like begging me to let him make me a thumbnail for free. I thought that was a little bit strange, but I mean, I was just like, hey, I'll take the help.
A lot. It seemed very suspicious.
I'm glad I never used any of his thumbnails.
He was making a video game, and it was about me. Making YTPs about me is one thing, that's already taking up your time, but the fact that he wanted to make a whole video game about me... The video game was apparently, it was like a horror game, and it was like ISM's mental hospital or something at first, and when he mentioned it to me, I don't think he knew that. That is sensitive. Like, with my past, like, you should not do that. And then he changed it to...
ISM's mental hospital. Why would you make something like that? What? In what universe does it even make sense?
ISM's haunted house or something.
Let's see. Mr. Pizza says he might be gayer than most male YouTubers. Yeah, probably even more than yeah. ISM said Danny is homosexual. Yeah, I don't know.
It was just so
Maybe.
bizarre that
I don't know.
he was going to put months of effort towards something about me that I wasn't even going to play. And I would say I almost agreed to it, but more like I just kind of allowed it. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, this bothers me a lot. So that's when he ended up scrapping the game, which I'm glad that he did. His level of attraction and harassment towards me, I think, is what puts me aside from his other victims, I guess you could say. And I will admit, he does make some pretty good YTPs. I reacted to Loud Dog, and I loved it. But without a doubt, I need to retire Daniel Lord from being on my channel at all. I know I've said so many times, love the art, not the artist, but I just can't look past the things that he's done to me anymore. I hope that people can see who he really is as a person. Everything from his use of racial slurs, to his sexual fantasies of another man, going through with those fantasies or any other strange thing that he had involving me. Daniel Lord is just not a good person. I know for months...
DJ else that I stayed in a mental asylum for 72 hours under the Baker hold. What's the Baker hold?
With those fantasies or any other strange thing that he had involving me, Daniel Lord is just not a good person. I know for months I'd always had a bad feeling about him.
And that's one thing too. It's like Daniel Lord Daniel Lord being a bad person is like what makes a lot of this worse, because when he has these infatuations, he just behaves so terribly to the person that he has an infatuation with, because he's just not a good person, doesn't know how to interact with these individuals in just a normal human way, which is really unfortunate. I think it's gonna end up with him being alone long term, just because no one's gonna want to hang out with someone who just acts so ridiculously and terribly.
This was finally going to be the breaking point for Mr. Peace. I'm glad he can finally see who Daniel Lord really is, and that we're going to cut ties with him 100%. Thank you for listening to my piece. I hope that I contributed something. Thank you.
And okay, there you have it, guys. Those were all the clips I had, all the images that I had set up for this video. I want to wrap this video up with maybe even more of a positive note, as this video has been mostly negativity. I want to bring some positivity into this. Do I think Daniel Lord can change? Yes, I think he could actually change. I really do. There's no doubt in my mind.
I don't know. I will say this video casts skepticism on my end that he will change. Oh, anyone can change, I think. Well, I think more or less anyone can change, especially like me being a Christian, throwing that into the mix. God's sovereignty. God's very powerful. He can soften and harden anybody's heart and make them change. But I think at the same time, is changing something that Daniel Lord wants to do? I highly doubt it.
That if he tried, he could really change. Because here's the thing, he's very talented. I will say that. I can't deny that from him. As much as I hate him now, you know, as much as others hate him, you can't deny this. There's one thing he's really, really good at. He's great at editing videos, making thumbnails.
Yes.
You know, he's delved into animation and he's pretty solid at that, you know, and that could land him a job somewhere, believe it or not. Like, here's the thing, he's got good editing skills. He could be hired from a big YouTuber or Twitch streamer, even.
He's good enough where he could be hired right now if he wanted to. He could be making bank if he just went to people and be like, hey, I'll make you thumbnails. Like, literally. Especially people like me who are just starting out, who don't really know the ins and outs of making the stereotypical thumbnail. I'm comfortable with my thumbnails now. I really like my template and my format. And that's the big reason why initially I didn't use his thumbnail. But for someone who just like wants thumbnails that look super professional and are very much like, you want to make yourself seem very presentable, he has the skills to pull it off really well. He could be making bank doing that.
To edit videos for them. and he could make a living off of doing that. That is a career choice that he has potential in. Good with Photoshop. Okay, he could be a big graphic designer for somebody, or just be a graphic designer in general. And I mean, animation stuff, like, dude, you know, animation stuff. Keep working at it. Keep improving on your animations, right?
He's good.
And there you go. You get better. You might get hired by an animation company. And again, he's also done other stuff. Like, he's delved into video games. Hone your skills, and you could be a good game developer. You could be either a solo indie developer who makes really good titles, or you could be a game developer for a big company. He knows a lot about computers. Learn how to build computers, and maybe you'll work for a good computer place one day. He has a lot of potential, but there's one thing that's holding him back. He's a terrible person. Overall, him just being a terrible person,
and he needs to change.
Is what's really holding him back, and that's bad. He needs to change his ways, because what happens when he's going to try to go out and apply for a job? Well, he's a terrible person, right? That's not good if he wants to go out in the world and get a job, because he'll be feuding and fighting with people all the time, and he's going to showcase his
yeah, especially when people tell him no
so early on that he'll be fired within the first
and
week.
People are going to be laughing at him because of how ridiculous and
so
stupid
if
he
wants
is.
any hope of having a future, he needs to change. But will he change? I don't know. Will he make a response video to this video, or an apology video?
Nope.
Well,
he's not going to respond. He's not going to apologize. He
video?
wants to
Maybe.
pretend that
An
he doesn't
apology video?
exist.
Don't expect one, Daniel Lord viewers. He won't do it. He doesn't care. Again, he's self-entitled. He doesn't care what others think of him. He really doesn't. He doesn't care if he's considered a racist or anything, because he won't apologize for this. And, I mean, sure.
He only cares as far as, like, whether or not it'll harm his reputation. Clearly. As far as his content. I think he puts his content first. And anything for content, it seems like. So if, like, if the people who watch his YouTube think he's racist, then he will apologize. That's what it would have to take, I think. Because as far as I gather, his views have not gone down. They've stayed the same. People aren't really blowing up his comments from what I've seen, or he's deleting the comments. So there's a disconnect between the people who are criticizing Daniel Lord and his actual viewers.
Might argue about, well, if his parents watching this, which they do, and he's like, oh, I don't want to get in trouble from them. It's just like, dude, I think your parents would love to hear this story. But, you know, it is what it is. Don't expect apology out of him. He's not going to deliver on it. I already know. And this is my final thanks to Daniel Lord. One, these are two options for you. Either one, reflect on yourself after seeing this video. Reflect on yourself as a person, and just overall be a better person. Get help if you have anger problems, whatever the case may be. Get the help you need if you need any help. Or you can go, or if you're not gonna, you know, do anything about this, you know, you can go fuck yourself and your futures and evers, because I don't care. There. And yeah, that's it for this video. I'm sorry this video was so long, but there's a lot of points that I had to address.
Yeah, there's so many bad things that Daniel Lord's done that, yeah, it's had to be this long.
You know, whether you choose to support Daniel Lord anymore or not, that's up to you. I'm not gonna hold it against you. If you still want to watch his videos, still want to support him, if you want to just believe that he's innocent on this, which he isn't, but if you want to believe that, you know, be my guest. Like, I'm not gonna stop you, but this is just a video for one, Daniel Lord to look at this, hopefully get an understanding of who he is, you know, reflect upon himself, and overall for his viewers who really need to know who he is off camera. And yeah, like I said, this is going to wrap it up for this video. Again, I'm sorry this video was a lot longer than usual. We're actually going to start getting back into reaction videos, as I said I would. I got one ready. I just have to, you know, release it. So thank you guys all so much for watching this. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.
That's insane. That's insane. Really good video. Really well done. This is awesome. This is great. This is great. This is great. Good video, and I'm glad you did this. Where are the you know it's real. Alright, I'm gonna turn on. Let me see. Well, I'm gonna unmute the TTS here. Let's see here. Neilers, I agree with what you said in this video. Sorry, dude. I wouldn't call myself an editor for your channel. More of a helper. Most of what I said was jokes because I really liked you and I was talking to you. So he admits that, like, he has, like, had crushes on people and stuff. That's good. And the thumbnail was meant to resemble a KKK member. Mr. Pizza and me made the thumbnail. He didn't say anything about it because he understood. That's what I found interesting. All of a sudden, everyone's being mad that he made this thumbnail when before everyone was fine with it. But I understand being older, being more mature, and understanding what's wrong with it. Later on, looking back and being like, that's not good. So I think, as I wasn't talking about the thumbnail. Let's see, hold on.
See what's wrong with that. And Daniel Lord specifically said no. Are you kidding?
Hold on. I was thinking, as I wasn't talking about the thumbnail. What did he think he was talking about then? And then he was trying to test me if I was racist or not. Well, he was. So if I removed the KKK member from the thumbnail, it would not be the original thumbnail. That's what I was thinking. I was like, he's just using whatever thumbnail was in the initial video. But of course, the problem is him using the initial video in the first place.
Said in the chat. The typical, oh no, it was all just a joke, excuse repeats itself in that comment.
Yep, let's see. He's reacting to a video that has a thumbnail in it, so I put a thumbnail in the video that I'm going to react to. Fair. See. Let's see the context. Being without context, dumb thing to say. Sorry. The F off thing is probably me being mad at something you said or something. I say that when I'm only mad. I don't say it without reason. People with issues and who treat people badly say this all the time. It is not an excuse. Being upset does not give you the right to treat people badly. Something me and my girlfriend talk about is like, being upset doesn't give you the excuse to treat people badly. Being mistreated doesn't give you the excuse to mistreat others in return. It's no excuse for behaving poorly. See, I don't hate you, I like you. Actually, you're a funny guy. Big
Mr.
man crush here.
Said in the chat.
I have fights with everyone in school.
Apology.
I have fights with everyone at school. Really helping your case here, man.
Mr.
Because
said in the chat.
Here.
He's more retarded than Ugtard.
I have fights with everyone at school because I hate school, so I pass on that anger to somebody else when I shouldn't. And this is clear, and that's a bad thing. Like, don't, again, like, no excuse. I didn't like that you or I said call me racist. That's why. You seem to act racist. Sorry for insulting you, though. Because I did feel guilty for what I've done, even in December. You should have told everyone that. You should have acted as if you were guilty then.
Mr. Pizza.
And you should have acted like you were sorry when it happened, instead of waiting for everyone to show everybody else that it happened before saying you were sorry. And then when it happened, you're saying it only happened once, like it did with PewDiePie. When in reality, you've been saying it dozens of times, multiple times, and trying to circumvent blocks to talk to people. Even though they blocked you. If I remember correctly, I think that happened. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. See, I thought you weren't let's see, hold on.
Yeah, and I'm just like, nah, he's hacking.
Yeah, I thought you weren't making a joke. Yeah, I completely understand thinking that you wasn't making a joke.
Ism. Said in the chat. I'd assume most racist people aren't gonna call themselves racist.
Oh boy, you'd be surprised. Some of the people would say. And see, at that moment, I thought you didn't like friends coming over to your house without your permission. What is that?
Self-entitled, insensitive.
That's weird. That's a super weird response to that, and didn't even apologize. Yeah, I wasn't trying to get popularity. For this clip right here.
Boy.
Oh, what? Oh, I wasn't trying to get popularity. I don't make money off my videos. I don't know where you got that from. I reacted to that video to get scared, and I did. But you do have a point. People shouldn't watch other people almost dying. That's weird. Also, it's a whole like one thing I like about that is like to like break down and analyze and be like, oh, this is interesting is one thing, but to use it as like an entertainment thing to either like laugh at it or be like, oh, let's see if I can get scared with these people dying, bro. Like, no, it's not cool. Let's see, what is this?
Image here. Okay, now this one. I'm
sure JLL reacts. Said in the chat.
I share a birthday with a serial K1.
Okay, but hopefully not the cake.
Mr. Pizza. Said in the chat.
No.
Reacting to near-death experiences. He literally defended his reaction.
Yeah, that was crazy. And he explained it, and the way that he explained the reaction made it look worse for him. Let's see. Wasn't trying to get popularity. Don't make money off my video. No, I already read that one. This one's like, yes, is the most one. In Discord servers, I've seen people joke about suicide and thought that was the same thing in the situation. This is when I didn't know she had depression, anxiety, and mental problems. I had no idea. Still, you have to acknowledge that some people might, and you can't escalate jokes like that. Again. Now, let's see. I know people joke about suicide. I know this too. So this happens in real life. So it's like, I shouldn't have said good. I don't put thought in my Discord messages. You should put thought into your Discord messages. I would care if someone killed. Okay, sure, yes. Let's see. This wasn't your server. It was mine. Let's see. Find this. Your server was mine. It was on the NSW channel. That channel was made as a joke. Dan Core's. I can't verify this. That's interesting. Let's see.
Showing that he has no.
That was a joke. I didn't do that. You don't say stuff like that just randomly. Like, don't. No. I'm sorry for what I did. No, you're not. The only reason you're saying it is because people are showing receipts. You only say you're sorry when people show receipts, and I think that says a lot. It says a lot. So much. And I wish I had more time to talk about this. And maybe, this is just rehashing what's old and doesn't need to be gone over again. And to some extent, I get that. But it's a lot, but it's like, now I don't feel bad about Daniel Lord being canceled. Before it was like, it's just the one thing that he did. He went on a server and said the N-word a bunch of times. He'll improve and not say the N-word anymore.
Said in the chat, when will you believe again?
But
said in the chat, Note a newbie is literally the best streamer on the platform.
No, I am not. I can be way better, and I need to. There are so many areas in which I need to improve. I'm not the best streamer on this platform. Ludwig, Ludwig and Valkyrie are two of like the best streamers on YouTube. I also like Timcast IRL, but that's like more like a political podcast. I also like Lou Later has been killing it lately.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat.
Not
a newbie is a
who else?
chud.
Harris Heller
Mr. Pizza
is insane.
Said in the chat.
Best streamer. I don't know.
Mr. Pizza.
No, I don't think
said
so.
in the chat. Better than Ninja.
I feel like that's a low bar. So maybe. I don't know. I think he has a more engaging personality. But anyways, I wish I could stick around, but I gotta work. It was really good hanging out with you all. It was great reacting to everything and being able to break this down. I will say, I'm not giving this fool like any more time on my channel.
Mr.
I've already
Pizza
talked about him enough.
Said in the chat.
When will the next stream be? Let's see. I said
in the chat.
Said, okay,
that was a funny response.
The whole ninja thing is something very interesting that I would like to talk about on my stream, because the case of Ninja is very, very interesting, and what's been happening with his career and where he's taking things now and how he's been listening to the fans over time. It's very interesting. I do have a bit of commentary I'd like to add onto that, but I don't have time to get into that because I do need to go to work. It's good to see you guys. My next stream, I'm not sure when it will be. It might be on Thursday, but I have to double check my calendar. I have meetings I got to do with people.
Mr. Pizza said in the chat. Super graphic gay butt sex.
No, we will not be covering that in the next stream. But yeah, no. Thanks for compiling all of the information into a really good package. I will be posting my full initial video about the whole Daniel Lord situation that when I did that first stream, when I can get my Clips channel verified.
DJLL reacts. Said in the chat.
But yes, Mr. Pizza's video here is a lot better than the video that I did initially, just because there's so much more information, so many more testimonials. Go check that video out. I'll be throwing that into the Discord, and it already is in the Discord, but I'll throw it in there just so that it's like the most recent link in there. In my next stream, I don't know when it'll be, but I will be reacting more to the things that you guys have sent me. I kind of chilled, focused on watching the catching up with the news and things, and doing things that I really enjoy. But I also do want to make sure I get to the things that the community wants me to watch, because reacting to the community's content and their stuff is important to me as well. But anyways, thanks everyone who was tuned in. This was a really good. It's hard to say it's a good time, but it was good to dive in deep and figure out all the nuances of Daniel Lord, figure out who he is as a person, and whatnot. So thanks guys for tuning in. I really appreciate everyone being in the chat, all the new peoples. Alex Nis, it was great to see you. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Maybe see you on Thursday, but I know I will see you again, hopefully, Lord willing. We'll see you guys later. Peace out, and thanks for tuning in.